cot where unpropped, unless you want a little extra padding underneath you, a thinly folded blanket will work. And otherwise, just come to rest lying down on your mat. Wiggling, moving, adjusting to find just the right position. As you start to settle in, to take 3 very deep, full breaths and release those breaths with a sigh. Shoulders settling down toward the earth. Back of head and points of the spine heavy upon the mat. Legs relaxing into whatever position you have chosen. Here, an invitation to allow the physical body to fall into stillness. As the body allows itself to settle into stillness, I'm aware of the presence of breath moving within the still body. And for now, just observing, just aware of breath rising, aware of breath falling. It's a sense of funneling all your attention to this feeling of breath movement. And as attention is funneled specifically to the breath, to allow all of your senses to awaken. Aware of sounds arising within and outside of the room. Aware of any sense of smell. Or maybe a flavor lingering upon your palate. Sense the temperature of the air coming in through your skin. And notice any felt sense of your clothing touching your skin. Maybe different articles of clothing feel differently. Those that fit very close to the skin. Outer layers of clothing that might fit more loosely, yet can you still feel them? And in the same way, you're utilizing your senses to feel and observe these different things. Can you capture an overall snapshot of how you're feeling physically this morning? Notice the tendency to reference the mind. The mind starts a narrative about how you're feeling, but to instead try to feel all aspects of your biology, of your physiology. Do the muscles feel tense or relaxed? Does that differ from one region of the body to another? And you sense your cardiovascular system. Maybe sensing the beat of your heart and feeling or imagining circulation through the body. What about your respiration? Does it feel easy or challenging to take a breath? Can you sense or imagine the lungs moving with the breath? The rib cage moving with the breath? The abdominal diaphragm moving with the breath? What else are you aware of when you touch into with your senses? When you touch into your physiology? Sense of immune function, lymph movement. What do you notice? Not thinking, but trying to feel very best that you can. When done with observing these aspects, in part to again come back to this more global snapshot of how you're feeling, how your body is feeling. And if you were to take a snapshot of your energy, would it be soft or dull or bright and shining? Would this energetic snapshot look different in the lower body than it does in the upper body? Would it appear different from left to right? Front to back? How do your senses find your energy this morning? As you complete with this awareness of your energy body, sense your mind as well as your emotion. Is the mind active like Grand Central Station, or peaceful like a deep forest? Or is there another landscape that you might use to describe your mind this morning? How do your emotions play into the landscape of your mind? If you were to compare your emotions to a pattern of weather, how would the wind be? How would the sun be? What would be the level of humidity, rainy or dry or somewhere in between? What do you sense of your emotion? Holding all these awarenesses with compassion, love, and kindness. Then sensing this amazing capacity we have to witness, to observe oneself. If thought were to cease to exist, can you tell or sense how you would still be aware even without thought? How awareness is independent of thought. Finally, sensing into that level of self that yoga calls Ananda, the bliss body. It's the unencumbered essence of our being, that innate sense of peacefulness. Sense of joy that arises when we actually feel unencumbered. Is this a part of you you'd like to cultivate? Is it a part of you that you know well? Can also call this the area of our spiritual heart, the heart that connects deeply with life. So we notice simply to know, not to judge or change or even to analyze. We just notice. Here I am on my mat. And this is what's arising for me in this moment. And as we string our awareness now through all these different parts, sensing that connection, sensing our sense of wholeness, we also come back to that felt sense of breath. And in the process of returning to the breath, let the arms rest at your side. If seated in a chair, you might choose to rest the hands on your lap. And when you're ready, let your inhale gently draw your fingers into comfortably firm fist. And as you exhale, please open the hands wide, spreading the fingers as much as you can. Find that rhythmic motion where your hands are actually following the pace of the breath. So the inhale begins and the movement of the hands begin. And on the exhale, as it begins, the opening of the fingers begin. And as you continue with this, I invite you to look for presence or absence of pause between inhale and exhale, between exhale and inhale. And if you're not noticing any pause, can you create one? Maybe just a half a second or so of pause. Or if you have one, maybe you'd like to explore the pause more by increasing it. So these are still pauses, not long retention. Those second 2 or 3. We experiment with noticing the absolute stillness that comes to our whole being as we rest for a moment in the pause. The movement of the hands reflect the pause. When you're pausing the breath, the hands remain still. When you release the breath, the hands will start to move. And as you continue to explore this pause, you might also choose to now deepen the breath slowly, progressively, toward your comfortable maximum breath. All attention funneling to this very simple practice of breath with the movement of your hand. Mindful of those moments of distraction. And each time the distraction arises, we try to rein our attention back to breath, pause, and hand movement. Stay with it for about 1 more minute, best you can, in silence. Following your next breath, I invite you to release your hand movement, but stay with the breath and your sense of the pauses. And here, arms rest at the sides of the body, whether supine or seated in a chair. Those on the floor, let the shoulders settle. Bend the knees so the feet are resting at hip width apart. Those in the chair will do little pelvic tilts in the chair as we on the floor do tilts as well. So I'd like you to start by inhaling the arms up and overhead in whatever position you find yourself. And with the arms overhead, arch back a little bit. And then exhale, flatten the back to the floor as you lower the arms down to your side. Inhale, a little arching of the lower back as arms come overhead. Exhale, flatten the back out as you lower the arms down. Please go 3 more times. And here I invite you to integrate short pauses. So when you pause the breath, the movement will pause for a moment. Consider turning the volume on the breath up. Turn the breath volume up as a means of supporting your attention. The next time you lower the arms down and the back flatten, those on the floor press into the feet and lift the spine. And as you exhale, lower the spine, arch the back, bring the arms overhead, and I'll give a chair option in a moment. So inhale, lower, flatten, and lift. Exhale, lower arms overhead and arch. And continue finding the pace of your breath as you continue to work with this movement. For those on the chair, I'll now demonstrate from the chair. Arching when the back arms go up, flattening, rounding as the arms come down. Let's all do 3 more times. Those on the floor, I'd like you to end in bridge with your arms at your side. Those on the floor, let's raise the arms and arch. Wherever you are, find the breath. Be firm in the feet. Notice what you're feeling throughout the body. If available, try 3 more breaths. When you choose to release, to do so on exhale. Once released, pause in stillness. Arms at your side or on your lap. Arms are up. Inhale, draw hands into fists. Pause. Exhale. Open the hands, spread fingers wide and pause. Just coming back to the movement of the hands. with the breath. 3 more times. And when you're done, to allow the hands to relax. Those on the floor, bring one knee followed by the other into the chest. Those of us on the chair, hands are on the outer legs as we slowly hinge from the hips, coming as far forward as feels welcoming for the body. Let's breathe here. Those on the floor hugging knees, try some gentle side to side rocking. Let's all stay with it for 3 more breaths. When done, if on the floor, release one knee at a time. Those on the chair, bring one hand at a time to your thighs. Lift the head and lengthen, and gently press all the way up. We'll all stop for a moment. Feel the breath. And then as you are ready, those on the floor, I'm going to welcome you to roll over onto your side with bent legs, knees coming out from the hips, ankles arranged so they're down from the knees or slightly behind the knees. Once your legs are in position, take your top arm and place it behind the head. If you're in a chair, take one hand and place it behind the head. So those who are seated, on the exhale, you're going to bend to the side, and on the inhale, you come up. Those of you lying on the floor, we're going to do clamshells with our leg lift. So thighs and knees stay together. And on the exhale, we raise the top foot and lift the head. And on the inhale, we lower. And 5 times total, follow the breath. Excellent. Now, when you're done with 5, just rest, release the head and arm. And keep returning to the breath. See if you can allow the presence of the pause to float through your entire practice this morning. Here, that top arm can rest on the floor or bed in front of the chest. Here we keep the sides of the feet together, and we inhale, opening the top knee. And then very, very slowly lowering that top knee down. And when the knee is down, the leg and hip relax completely. And again, total of 5. Inhale, the top knee open. Exhale, the knee lowers and it softens. And I believe most of you have 3 more, so follow the breath. Remembering to relax between the movement. And if you're working the pause, you inhale, open, you hold open for a second as you hold the breath. And you exhale and you let it go and so. When you've completed a total of 5 movements, let yourself find stillness. Reconnecting with the breath and stillness. And then in your time, I'd like you to first just roll over onto your back. On your back, knees are bent, feet are on the ground. Hands interlace now behind the head, elbows are pointing out. Let's find the arch in the lower back. So inhale, the lower back arches away from the surface beneath you. Exhale, lower back to ground, and we float the head and arms up. Let the arms lift the head here. Inhale, lower and arch. Exhale, lower back flattens, head and arms lift. And 2 more times, actually 3 more times. Let's do everything in 5s. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten and lift. 2 more times. Let the breath guide you. When you're done, lay things down. Relax the arms. Pause and breathe. Connect with any sensations arising in the body. So now we need to turn onto the opposite side. So the opposite to the side you've already worked. The knees are bent, knees poking out or coming out from the hips, ankles beneath the knees or a little behind. The arm that's on top loops around the side of the head. And again, use the hand to lift the head. This will minimize any risk of strain to the neck. For this first movement, thighs and knees together, we start movement on exhale. On the exhale, raise the top foot and the head. And as you inhale, slowly lower both and soften. Exhale, lift foot and head. Inhale, lower and soften. Nice. Try 3 more at your pace. Very nice. Welcome in a sense of joy as you move. Imagine how unhappy you'd be if you couldn't move, and find that momentary joy in this gift of movement. And maybe some of you who've had recent work done on your hips, this is a miracle at work. So when you're done with a total of 5, let things rest. The hand can come to the floor in front of you. We do the other opposite movement. We keep the edges of the feet together. Here we move on inhale. So on inhale, we raise the top knee. Pelvis stays neutral. It does not spin backward. And it's slow. It's a slow release down. It's very intentional. Avoid the tendency to plop. But when the leg is down, then plop. Let everything relax. So when ready, inhale, open wide. Feel the range in the hip joint. And exhale, slowly lower, allowing leg and hip, whole body relax. So 3 more for a total of 5. Keep it slow. Remember the breath and the possible pauses during the breath cycle. Now, when those movements are done, again, let everything soften and come to stillness. Let's spin onto our back one more time. Now, this time, knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Take your right hand only behind the head. Keep the right hand behind the head. Draw the left toward the chest and tuck your fingers underneath the left knee. Now it's likely when your hand is under the knee here that the elbow's bent. Hang on to the knee and straighten that arm. So you're pushing that knee as far as your arm will lengthen. And from this position, on exhale, pull the knee in and raise the right elbow toward that knee. And as you inhale, lower the arm and head and push the knee away again. Exhale, draw in, elbow toward knee. Inhale, lower down, push the knee away. And let's go 3 more times. Remembering the pauses, remembering the breath. When you're done, let everything rest and release the foot to the floor. Take a moment to relax the arm back to your side. With legs bent and feet on the ground, come to stillness. Feel the rise and fall of breath within the stillness. Can you find the pauses? Let's continue on the other side. So this time, left hand behind the head, right knee toward chest, right hand underneath the knee. Straighten the arm as you push the knee away. When you're ready, exhale, pull the knee in, lift the left elbow toward the knee. Inhale, lay the head and arm down, push the knee away. When ready, exhale, draw it in. Inhale, push away. Please try 3 more, pacing with your breath. Feeling whatever you feel in the body. When you're done, come to stillness. Release the knee, keep your left hand behind the head and bring the right hand behind the head. With the hands behind the head, it's fine to interlace the hands or not, whatever feels most comfortable. We're going to come back to the pelvic tilts with the head lift. We begin on exhale, belly towards spine, lower back flattens, and the arms and head lift. Inhale, lower the head and arch your back. Exhale, flatten and lift. Inhale, lower and arch. 3 more times. When finished, let the spine relax to neutral. Release the arms down to your side. Notice what it feels like to come to stillness. And then bring one knee followed by the other into the chest. Hug the knees in nice and close. Inhale, fill with breath. Pause a moment. Exhale, empty of breath and pause a moment. Two more breaths here. When you're done, release one knee at a time. So one foot to the floor, And then the other to the floor. Stop briefly. Here we'll roll to our side first. I invite you to rest on your side for a breath or two. If eyes have been closed, please open them. That will help with your equilibrium as we transition. And from here, we can press first up to a seated pose. And then we're going to find table pose. So if you're working from a bed this morning, table pose might feel too mushy on the bed. You might want to do table with the chair, but you try it out and see how it feels. So you can either do table with your hands on the chair and straight legs, or table on the bed if it's not too soft. Once you're in your table pose, exhale, cat pose. Curl the tail under, push the mid back up, lower the head. And then inhale, lift the table, sink the belly and chest, draw the shoulders back, lift the head. 2 more, cat-cow. Following the pace of your breath. And then round into cat pose 1 more time. And once there, bend the elbows, lower the head toward the floor, and then send the buttocks to the heels, child position. Let the arms stretch long out in front of you, and walk the hands to the right. And then inhale to center. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left. And inhale, center. Next one will hold. So exhale, walk the hands to the right and hold. See if your left hand can grab the right wrist and see how that feels as you hold. Feel or imagine breathing into the left lung and ribs. Let's stay together here for 3 more breaths. When you're done, inhale, walk it to center. And then on exhale, walk it to the other side. And if it feels comfortable, let the right hand reach toward the left wrist. Hold and feel. Breath awareness in the right ribs and lung. Right ribs and lung for 3 breaths. Take your time. When you're done, inhale, walk it back to table. Stay here, exhale. On your inhale, draw up to table pose. Here we go to down dog, either on the floor or with the chair. Toes curl under, hips press up and back. Careful, full breaths for 3. Reaching the tail back, stay 2. Do not do the next movement on the bed because you'll end up standing and that won't be good. So what we're going to do on the floor is walk the feet toward the hands. If you're on a bed, bend your knees. Come to a seated or kneeling position and bring yourself to standing. So if you are coming up from the floor, bend the knees, arms like wings. Inhale, lengthen and rise up. Stretch up with a little back bend. And from the back bend, arms come down. Hands find prayer position. Pause a moment, thumbs on the chest. Attention drawn inward. Welcome in the pauses. Welcome in the eyes can open, arms release. So for those of you who do have a strap available, grab it. You can use the belt from a bathrobe if you don't have a men's necktie. Anything long and fabric-like can work for a strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the strap kind of folded in half, and we're going to separate the hands so they're a little bit wider than the shoulders. So when my arms are down, maybe I'm 6 to 12 inches away from my hips. Don't hesitate to adjust your width as we go along to make it comfortable for your shoulders. So on the in-breath, let's raise that tie so it's right above the head. And I'm going to try to back up so you can see my tie here. We're going to pull the tie really taut and also lower the shoulders down. So you want to have some effort here. You're really pulling on that tie. And as you're pulling on the tie, make the right arm more active. Notice there's no change in space between my arms as I lean to the right. And then use the left hand, pull yourself up. Continue to pull with the left hand and lean to the left now. Let's go side to side 2 more times, inhaling up. Exhaling over to the right. If there's a pause there, take it. Inhale up. Same thing for the left side. Exhale. Pause. Inhale up. Tie is right above the head, not behind or forward. Exhale back to the right. Find the breath. Keep the arms active. So we're still getting a good side body stretch, but we're engaging the arms a bit more. So stay 3 full breaths and 2. Stay another breath. When done, inhale, rise up, stand tall. And exhale, lower down. Other side and hold. Nice full breath. Stay 3. Best you can, stay 2. Stay another breath. When done, inhale, come up. Keep the tie nice and tight and exhale, slowly lower that tie down in front of you. We'll give the hands, arms, and fingers a chance to relax, so just loosen everything up. I've just got my thumb and ring finger around the tie so I don't drop it. And then the next movement, I really invite you to pay attention to your intuition. And if your body's saying, don't go there, don't go there. This is a movement where you might opt to adjust the width of your hands on your tie. What we're going to experiment with is inhaling the tie up and exhaling it down. Pay attention to what you feel. If that hurts or feels crunchy, please don't do it. Just do the up and down without going all the way behind. So pull on the tie, inhale up, exhale forward and down. Can be as wide as you want it. Inhale up, exhale back and down. 2 more times. Inhale forward and down. Exhale up and back. And 1 more time. Inhale up and forward. And last time we go back. Inhale up and back. And then take it forward a last time. And once it's forward, let it relax again. and then take the tie and just drape it around you. If it's dangling on the floor, be careful that you're not tripping. What I'd like you to do is to separate the feet into a nice open straddle. Orient the toes to point forward. We're going to let the strap go down behind us, and we're going to open the arms to T position. You might need to play a little so you can get a little really tight. You can see I want the strap tight, not dangling. So we want a nice tight strap. Right heel points to left arch, left toes go a little pigeon-toed. And on the exhale, we bend the right knee over the ankle. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, knee over ankle. Inhale, straighten the leg. Now last time, exhale, bend the knee over the ankle. Keeping the tie tight, lower the left arm down, right arm up, and lean a little to the left. Find breath for 3. And stay 2. Give it another breath. When done, tie is tight. Inhale, come back to warrior. From warrior, straighten the leg. Spin the toes forward. And let's let things relax a moment. And shake it out. Little hand wrist movement here. Let the palms come forward. Identifying the pinky side of the hand and circle that way first. And then reverse. And then bring the hands to stillness. Palms are facing up. You can stay where you are. I just want you to have a better view with me in this position. Right hand on top of left, so my fingertips are crossing the hand. I'm going to bend the hand back, push through the wrist. And working into the forearm here, full breaths. Deep inhale, full exhale. You can change the intensity of this by lowering or raising the arm and how deeply you're pulling back on the hand. Give it another breath. Let it release. Hang the arms for a moment. Maybe shake them out. Elbows bend. Left hand crosses over the right. Pull down on the hand. Push out through the right wrist. Make your adjustment. Find the right spot to hold. Nice full breath. And then as you're ready, release the arm. Hands back to the tie. Tie is behind us as we straighten the arms. 5-pointed star pose. Just pause here for 3. Working the strap, pulling it. Stay 2. When done, prepping for warrior other side. So left heel turns to face right arch. Right toes might turn in a little. Gaze goes left. And on exhale, bend left knee over ankle. Inhale, straighten left. Exhale, knee over ankle. Inhale, straighten. Now our hold, so exhale, knee over ankle. Really grounding into that back leg. Full deep breaths. From here, we go into our reverse pose, our reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Arms are still actively pulling on that tie for 3 breaths. Deep inhale, full exhale, stay 2. Really nice, everyone. Give it another breath. When done, inhale, pulling the tie back to warrior. From warrior, straighten the leg, spin the toes forward, let the arms release, and let's place the tie off to the side of the mat. And once it's there, shake out again. And half salute. Inhale, arms sweep up, stretch up, look up. Engage the legs, exhale, swan dive, fold all the way forward, hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, firm belly, fold. Round the feet, arms like wings. We're lengthening as we rise. Stretch up, look up, palms together. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pause in stillness for a moment. And when ready, let the arms release. Please heel toe your feet back to hip width. March it out a little bit. And we're going to continue with a balancing pose. So if your preference is to be on a firmer surface, please step off of your mat. Starting as we always do here with feet hip width. We want to take a moment to assure that our weight is equally distributed left and right. We might transfer weight side to side before landing in center. Tadasana, mountain pose, very tall, relaxed shoulders. Establish your focal point. And as you shift weight to the right leg and bend the left knee, toes on floor, so left knee's bent, toes on floor, want to keep the hips level, firm the tummy, and lift the heart. From here, as you inhale, raise the knee and raise the arms forward and up. And then open the arms like wings and try to move the knee out to the side. And again, you can use a chair or wall here. Draw the knee in, raise the arms up, lower the foot and lower the arms. We're going to go side to side until we've completed 3 of those on each side. So we begin forward and up. So shift weight left, bend right knee, level the hips, firm the tummy. Let's inhale the knee and arms forward and up. Then the knee opens, arms like wings. Knee comes forward, arms up. And then we bring it down. Don't hesitate to use a chair, and I'll demo. So we're going to transfer weight right. We might have the right hand on the chair. Inhale, left knee and arms up. Left arm and knee go out to the left. Knee comes forward, arm goes up. And then we release down. Moving to the left leg. Shift weight to the left leg, bend the right knee. Inhale, right knee, arm goes up. Knee out to the side, arms like wings. Inhale, center, and exhale down. Pause, step it out a little bit, and we'll prepare for 1 set. We're going to add a little bit of holding. We'll hold in the final forward position. So weight to the right leg, bend the left knee. Inhale, knee and arms come forward and up. Exhale, knee out to the side, arms like wings. Inhale, knee to center, arms up, and hold the focal point for 3 breaths. And stay 2. Hold on another breath. When done, bring it down and soften. So if the movement's really throwing you off this morning, choose one of the 2 to hold without all the movement. So it's just a practice. Weight goes left, hips level, firm tummy. So on the inhale, forward and up. Exhale out to the side. Inhale, knee to center, arms up, and hold. Full breaths for 3, best you can. And 2. Stay 1 more. When you're done, foot down, arms down, all things soften. Let's move to the front of the mat to make our transition to the floor. Those of you exploring using the bed this morning, you'll end up on your belly on the bed. So hands at the heart, shoulders down, heart lifted. On the in-breath, sweep up, stretch up and look up. Soften knees, exhale, swan dive, fold all the way down. On the inhale, halfway lift. Now the transition, exhale, bend the knees, hands to floor. We step back to table or plank pose, your choice. If going to plank, you might opt to hold a couple of breaths, but eventually, please exhale to child pose. And following child, I invite everyone to stretch out onto their belly. And the arms will fold into crocodile position. So the hands are in front of you, and we place the head on top of the hands, drawing the inner legs and feet together. Take time to adjust so you feel your body is resting in a very straight line. Please remember that the nose points down in these movements, so not lifting the head. Well, you're lifting the head, but you're not lifting the head with the nose pointing forward, but keep the nose pointing down. Inhale, head floats up. Exhale, head floats down. Right leg and head. Inhale, lift right leg and head. Exhale, lower down. Nice. Inhale, left leg and head. Exhale, lower down. Continuing to alternate. Inhale, right leg and head. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg and head. Exhale, down. Pause a moment, find breath. This time, inhale, lift the head only. Nose is pointing down toward your hands. Opting to work here, or if you'd like, inhale, raise both legs. Hold with the head up, the legs up, wherever you are for 3 breaths. Deep inhale, full exhale, stay 2. Offer it another breath. When you're done on exhale, lay it down, soften, breathe. And from here, I'd like to welcome everyone to roll over onto your back. Bending the knees, feet to the floor. Hands interlace behind the head. Pelvic tilts with head lifts. Remember, we're not going for a big sit-up here. It's more of a floating of arms and head off the floor. Let's start on exhale. Exhale, navel to spine, lower back flattens as the arms and head lift. Inhale, lowering the arms and head as you arch the lower back. Exhale, flatten and lift. Inhale, lower and arch. 3 more times. When done, relax the spine in stillness. Release the hands from behind the head, relaxing the arms toward the sides of the body. Take a breath, just allowing yourself to feel. And then bring one knee followed by the other into the chest. Hug the knees in close. And then circle the knees. In whatever way those circles come to you, they might go in the same direction, these might go in opposite direction. And then reverse direction of your circle. And from there, bring yourself back to stillness, returning one foot followed by the other foot to the ground. Let the arms open toward T position. Press into the feet, lift the hips a few inches off the floor and move the hips a little to the left. Walk the feet in alignment with the hips and either lower the knees directly down or bring the knees to the chest and then lower the knees to the right. Head turns to the left. Making whatever movement or adjustment needed to feel relative ease in this pose. No striving, no pushing. Comfortable breath or 4 breaths, counting your breath. When your breaths are done, to inhale everything to center. And in center, feet are on the floor, realigning the hips, the spine to neutral. Pause in neutral, a breath or 2. And then preparing for the twist to the other side, the hips will go right before the knees go to the left. And in the chair, we can just do a gentle seated twist. Please remember to do both sides. Those on the floor, 4 more breaths. On this side, those in the chair, make sure you get 3 breaths on each side. When breaths are done, inhale to center. Feet to the floor, aligning the spine to neutral. And then bringing one knee to the chest at a time, and if seated, folding forward. Take a few breaths here. And once your breaths are done, do please settle into a comfortable resting pose for final relaxation. Time with additional clothing as desired. Come back to the awareness of breath with an integration of pauses. Inhale comfortably full and pause. Exhale empty and pause. funneling all attention to the breath and allowing every exhale to become a practice of letting go, letting go, and letting go. You allow breath to deepen. You awaken the body with very kind, gentle movement. In your own time, making way to a comfortable seated posture with your eyes closed. Close with a poem by Mary Oliver this morning. It's a nice reminder of the magic of spring. Every day I see or I hear something that more or less fills with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of life. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentation. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these, the untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made. With gratitude for all the beauty that surrounds us, if we're just simply willing to look. With gratitude for that beauty, for this time shared together. Close this morning chanting Om, drawing in a breath. Om. Om Shanti. Shanti Shanti. May each of you and may all beings everywhere know happiness, peace, and freedom from suffering. Wish you a week full of awareness of beauty. It's great seeing you all. Namaste.